So I want to move on to a topic a lot of you may not think about, because having a child, we know it's not cheap, but apparently a lot of Americans think it's pretty cheap. A new study found that raising a child can cost between $21,000 and $51,000 in the first year alone. But when couples were asked what they thought the cost would be in the first year, they found that at least 18% of couples planning for a kid in the next 3 years believe it costs less than $1,000 a year. Wrong. It costs, that's how, I mean.
I don't know.
That's not going to happen.
Diapers and milk, and then the
clothes,
first month, yeah, clothing,
the child,
doctors,
like anything.
Well, and that's 18%.
Yeah.
44% thought it cost less than $5,000 a year. A study also found that 3 out of 10 parents had nothing saved before having a baby. 57% of those surveyed regretted not making a financial plan before having kids, and 61% anticipated that friends and family would pitch in more than 20% of the expenses. Takeaway is, we have to pay attention to this. 33% of them wish they'd started contributing to college savings. You got to think about this before the time arises. And joining us now is the founder of Tot Squad and personal finance guru Jennifer Saxton, with some important advice if you're thinking about having a child. Because if you're planning to have a baby, when do you think is the ideal time to start saving up?
I mean, I think for new couples, you probably want to start thinking about it at least 2 years in advance and understanding what your maternity leave benefits might look like if you do have paid time off or not, and also potentially timing your pregnancy to meet your insurance deductible so you don't end up getting hit with 2 deductibles. The other thing you have to start planning in advance when you get pregnant is daycare and childcare. Those are some of the biggest drivers of cost for children. And if you don't get on the wait list right after your baby's born, you could get hit with a lot of unexpected costs.
Now, Jennifer, I thought a lot of stressors that women go through getting pregnant. How about this, honey? We got to get pregnant. Deductible time.
Yeah.
Like, we got to. Come on, honey.
I mean, no, people do that though. Like,
It's smart.
I'm on call for New Year's Eve, and I've heard people say, you know, like whether they're gonna push or not push. It just depends.
We better deductible. Come on, honey, push harder. Push harder. We got to.
We got to get this baby out before New Year's. Like, let's go. Let's go.
Right.
And you know, sometimes we make it work.
So obviously planning is important. What are some really good tips for parents out there? Because clearly there's a misconception about how much kids cost.
Absolutely. I think the first step is to kind of create that itemized list of everything that you're going to need to spend money on and start budgeting. A great tip is to actually think about which items you can borrow from friends or buy used. One item you never want to buy used, though, is a car seat. Car seats can be in car accidents or have recalls or expiration dates, and you just don't know the history of the car seats. You don't ever want to buy that used. We also recommend that parents think about starting an automatic savings plan where they're contributing every month and planning in advance to keep their discretionary spending, you know, reined in. You don't want to be spending too much. More than 25% of your income shouldn't go to your rent or mortgage. And you also don't want to, you know, have a luxury car and use a lot of on-demand apps and services. There's just a lot of unnecessary spending that you can rein in when you're planning for a family.
And Jennifer, I don't think you can start too soon in terms of saving for college.
Correct.
Especially if you have multiple kids, and the cost now with sending kids to college is
huge. Yeah, a lot of people recommend that the grandparents contribute to a college savings plan instead of a traditional baby registry. Start putting some of that money into a 529 early on.
And money does not money does not equal safety, right? Because car seats pass the same crash test, whether it's $100 or $500 or whatever, correct?
Exactly, yeah, there's a lot of car seats now, like the Diono actually goes from birth up to 120 pounds as a booster seat. So we recommend that parents consider buying one car seat that'll last you the whole lifetime of your child.
120 pounds, what kid?
You could ride in it, yeah.
That's me, that's what I was thinking, like, okay, maybe I need a car
see
seat.
you in that seat.
Jennifer, thank you so
Thanks
much
so
for
much.
these tips. We really appreciate it. Stick around, everyone.